Well, I always look at myself like a mirror, a reflection of what I grew up with. Morocco gave me the tradition, the Moroccan culture. London gave me another point of view. And obviously, I grew up with, let's say, everything from brands and everything. This really came out in the work without me thinking too much about it. Salam Sin. My name's Hassan Hajjaj, a Moroccan contemporary artist based in London and Marrakech. So my work, I suppose, it represents myself, comes out of my work, is actually the journey between the two spaces. I was born in Morocco, in Larache, north of Morocco, and I moved to London at the age of 13. And when I arrived there, I didn't speak English and I had to learn my ways there. And then I got influenced by different cultures, different music, art, films, food, and on and on. And so this really kind of became part of my practice. When I started taking pictures, the two spaces sort of helped me to create what I'm doing right now. I mean, it's a reflection of the two cultures, the two different spaces. Each one has a different, let's say, strength. And also by living in London, I got to understand my country from the Western point of view. So it probably has a bit of both, to be honest with you. Well, I always look at myself like a mirror, a reflection of what I grew up with. Morocco gave me the tradition, the Moroccan culture. London gave me another point of view. And obviously, I grew up with, let's say, everything from brands and everything. This really came out in the work without me thinking too much about it. I tried to always work with something that's close to me, that's part of my journey. And the influences I've had, and that kind of traveling and living between two spaces. So again, it's sort of between two spaces, traditions. So it really comes up in the work in that kind of way. We're in Gabès. We're in Pose's family's farm, olive and pomegranate and on. So basically, this project happened with Pose. He started a project with his family, design a bottle and doing editions, olive oil bottles, and he did the first one and he used his artwork around the bottle. And then I think his idea was to invite other artists to come and do a collab with him. So he asked me to be one of the artists. He invited me here during the harvest last November, October, November. And my idea for this was, because I'm designing the bottles, I wanted to also, as a photographer, I wanted to tell a story of his family and the workers. So I asked if I can take pictures. You have to get to know the people, a bit of trust. And I think what made it easy, because I'm coming from Morocco, similar culture, I understood that, because the Polish family really invited to their home to make this part of his family. So this really made it easy. So I think when I started shooting, they kind of understood what I was doing and started to have fun. And the result was to have the show in the farm. So that was beautiful for me. So I really have to thank those in the family to bring us here. So normally a project like this, I normally bring suitcases of all my designs, and all the backdrops we found in Tunisia, all the carpets. So I set up huge spaces in the farm. There's a studio, and then I would, once I had the city of the family, I would propose something, and they would wear them, and it was fun. They were having fun. They were laughing. It's not something they would normally wear. So it's taking them out of their comfort zone. But I want them to also have an experience of the day, to have a memorable day, a fun day. So I really started that way. Once I dress them up, then I work out what backdrop works with the outfit, and then take pictures from there. It was Pose's house, eating with the family. So there was that kind of interaction before taking pictures. So that's very important. And then once they were here, I think once I showed them the outfits, they found them very funny. And once one person dresses up, the other one starts laughing, they start dressing up. It was really, again, it was just kind of, you have to go with the feeling of the people as well. And also not to be too selfish. And at the end of the day, it's taking them out of their normal life for half an hour of my time, kind of do something that they can hopefully remember. And now they see the result, and they're taking pictures of themselves next to the picture. They were laughing. The kids were laughing at their mums and stuff like that. So that was part of the show. It's really for me, it was more for them. For me, it was important they come see the show. So really, we've been working on it since January, the whole show, editing and printing. So Posey's team, Sarah, we knew we was going to do it in the field. And I thought it was going to be on the other side, more open space. And Sarah really made this show in a sense. She helped to create the show. Knew we wanted to use something like crates to hold the pictures, because again, it's coming from the farm. I took pictures with the crates, so that was easy. So I would say I have to give the credit to Sarah. Yeah, I mean, I've worked on lots of these things. This is again specialist around olive oil. I worked Another one I did in Beirut, in a refugee camp with the Palestinian women that do embroidery. Similar, I went there and then I dressed them up. I took pictures of them, and then I gave them some of my artwork for them to work on my artwork. Again, that was very personal, very beautiful, human show. And I've also did, maybe 100 this type of things, but more like museum, where I open up a day for people to come and dress up and take pictures. But I think what sticks out in my mind, this one I did for, in the refugee camp. Also, when it was COVID, I did an NFT job in people that were working with tourism, because there was no tourism. Chose 10 subjects, like the hat seller, the henna girls, the musicians that play in the street. Again, dressed them up. We shot that, and that got sold in NFT, and part of the money went to them. Sometimes these, you never know what's going to happen, but when it comes and you feel it's correct, I work with it. I had the honor to shoot him. He's part of the, there's a picture of him inside there. And for me, I really connected with him, and I love his work. So when we did the lunch, one day they did lunch, he put the installation because that Posey invited people from Europe, America and stuff like that. So that was between him and Posey. But I was very happy he was part of this. So when I took the picture of Posey's mum and dad, for me, that was the perfect backdrop to kind of present, his work. And also his work is really about nature of Gabès. So again, it was a special moment. I mean, as I said earlier in my conversation, I try to take work around what's around me. It could be religious, it could be politics, stuff. But at the end of the day, I want the viewer to make up their mind, because you might look at the same image one way, and another one might look at that image a different way. So once I put the pictures out there, I'll let the viewer to really decide, and they can find those elements, what they want to see, or what they've been brainwashed by. So again, sadly enough, there's always going to be, from our culture, there's always going to be politics and religion attached to it. I'm called Hassan, Hajjaj, sometimes the Arab artist, and I'm not an Arab, I'm North African, for example. But we have, Arab blood in our mixture. So again, really, it's to do with the people. So I try not to do anything political. I try not to do anything religious, but I'm always going to be Hassan, Hajjaj, Moroccan, North African, Arab, Muslim, Mad. So this comes within your package for somebody from outside. Yeah. No, just, I mean, we're born in the continent of Africa. We're North African, and there's South Africa, for example. Yes. And there's, say, Nigeria. There's Muslims, Nigerians that would wear Nigerian costumes. Other Muslims. There's Muslims wear what considers Arab clothing. So this is really something that's part of our DNA. So I'm just really taking pictures, but also because I grew up in London, I've had this influence of people from West Africa, Caribbean, South America, African American, and this is also my work. And this is really presenting continent of Africa, because a lot of these people were taken away from Africa as slaves and been spread all over the globe. So it's something that happened, not sort of me thinking about it, to trying to do that kind of, I want to take a picture of an African person because I'm African. It's just friends and people around me kind of grew up just the idea of my body of work. No, so this one, inshallah, the pictures will go to the families and the sitters. Yeah, it finishes up after tomorrow, and the pictures will be given to the families. Thank you. Bye.